Well, it was actually pretty scary, I have to say. You know, I'm not sure I've been as scared in the 16 years that I've worked for Save the Children as I was on this trip. The good news is that people recognize that Ebola is real. For a long time, people were saying maybe it's not real, but they definitely know it's real. And they're taking lots and lots of basic precautions. So that was really good to see. I think the thing that struck me the hardest was probably the impact on children. Well, I think for communities, it's about having enough places to seek treatment. So there just are not, now people are recognizing the symptoms. They are recognizing that they need to have treatment outside of being treated at home, but there just aren't enough beds for people. So that's a big issue. The second issue that again struck me so hard when I was there is this impact on kids. And it's in really three areas. One is children getting the virus themselves, and so about 20% of the cases are kids, and 75% of those kids are dying. So that's a huge direct impact. But the second impact is even actually maybe more difficult to see, which is children who are being orphaned. So there are, at this point in time, about close to 4,000 orphans across the three countries and about 2,000 in Liberia. And I think that's actually really underestimated. I think there are far more. But these kids are pretty much on their own. So I met a lot of families that were really just children who were together, who had lost their parents. The conditions are really tough. So I met one family the first day when I was there, which was 4 children. They were kind of 18, I think 8, 6, and 3. And their mother had died about a month and a half before. Right in that community, they showed me where she had died. And when somebody dies, they go in and they burn everything that's in the home. So they had lost everything. They closed up the house, so the kids couldn't live in the house, even if they wanted to, although I'm not sure they would have wanted to. But they were living basically on the street. And so someone had given them kind of a little area of a porch to actually sleep on. But the community was very nervous about having them there. They really weren't supporting them. So one of the things that Save the Children is doing now is supporting these orphan children. The people here are understandably scared about Ebola coming to the United States or to other countries, but a couple things I would say. One is, the more cases that we get in Western Africa, the more likely it is that more cases will come here to the United States. So we have to, the number one issue is really stopping the transmission and getting the epidemic under control. The second thing is, I think Americans are extremely generous, especially when it comes to children, and there is a lot that people can do to help kids right now who have been orphaned and who really need the support today. So it would be tragedy if these children survived this horrible virus and then died because they didn't have enough food to eat, or they died of some other, illness. So I think that's something that every American can do something about today.